Big data has been the big buzzword of the last decade. Yet there are very few companies that actually have implemented this successfully and get real value out of their data. My name is Jan-Willem Middelburg and I'm the author of the Big Data Framework. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 key components of the Big Data Framework. The first key component of the Big Data Framework is to have a big data strategy. Because without a good big data strategy, you don't know where you're going, and literally every road will take you there. There are zettabytes of data out there, and you can potentially spend your whole life analyzing all kinds of different data. So the first step that organizations need to make is to define and write down a good big data strategy. What is it that you want to get out of your data? How much do you want to make of a business case? And where do you retrieve your money? These are some of the key components that need to be written down in a big data strategy. And that's literally the first step. The second step is that you need to have the technology to be able to analyze large quantities of data. And within big data, we refer to that as a big data architecture. You need to have the technology in place, the connectivity, but also the software in order to deal with this on a day-to-day basis. So in the Big Data Architecture section of the Big Data Framework, we will look at your IT infrastructure. And is it able to cope with massive quantities of data that move in and out of your organization very, very quickly? The third component of the Big Data Framework has everything to do with algorithms. Because yes, you do need to have a bit of statistical knowledge and even some machine learning skills in order to retrieve value from data. And this is really important because if the math is wrong, your results will be wrong. So in the third section, I will be explaining about what are some of the common algorithms and techniques that you can really use to start working with big data on a day-to-day basis. In this section, I will learn you everything about common algorithms and how they add value to your organization. Many organizations set the first couple of steps. They have defined a strategy, they have a good architecture, and they have some knowledge about algorithms. But then frequently it goes wrong, and that is because they have not defined adequate processes. In order to deal with big data, you need to have sound big data processes in place. You need to talk about your data management. You need to have a good data governance structure in place. And most importantly, you need to have big data security practices. Who can access your data? At what moments in time? And how do you deal with privacy and security regulations? All of these should be part of your big data processes. And this is what is covered in the Big Data Processes section of the Big Data Framework. Just like anything that happens in organizations, people are always the most important. Yet this component I see is most frequently forgotten into big data organizations. You need to have active skills development. You need to put people on training courses, and you need to make sure that you build teams that can get value out of the data. So in the big data functions section, we focus completely on the people aspect behind big data. This is really important. I really am a strong believer that this is one of the key reasons why so many organizations fail to get value out of their data consistently. The last element of the Big Data Framework is artificial intelligence, and this has been positioned as the outer ring around the Big Data Framework. And the reason for that is very simple. In order to do artificial intelligence, you would need to have the same kind of infrastructure, the same type of algorithms that you would require in big data organizations. So organizations that really want to start with implementing artificial intelligence should first look at their big data organization and get that in place first so that they can subsequently move on to get the benefits of artificial intelligence. And that's why we've incorporated that into the framework as well. I hope this video has provided you with some good content and with some further information about the 6 core components of the Big Data Framework. If you would like to learn more about big data, start subscribing to our YouTube channel, because we will be posting videos regularly, not only about the theory part, but also on how do you apply that in practice. I hope to see you again in one of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching.